wishes to vote voted? Clerk will report.
Mr. Chairman, there are 23 ayes and 17 noes.
The article is agreed
Folks,
to. The resolution is amended as ordered and reported favorably to the House. Members will have 2 days to submit
that,
votes. The resolution will be reported as a single amendment in the nature of a substitute.
as it read on the screen, is the beginning of what will be only the third impeachment, or the end, rather, of what will be the only third impeachment. And it will leave the House. And I do believe, sitting on some steps a while back, I told you that this would get this far.
Yes. Which steps were those, by the way?
Oh, they were on the Virginia Beach steps.
Close enough.
So what I told y'all then, and what I will still tell you now, is we knew that it was coming and we knew it was going to happen. Right?
Yeah.
Also, what I told you,
What'd you tell them?
that this shit ain't going nowhere. You freaking dummies. How in the... Look, you cannot take a plunger and beat shit down the toilet and, it just... You got to flush it. And there's a specific way you got to flush the toilet to make the shit go. Stop. No, you go ahead. Look, I'm saying it like this for a reason, folks. It's dumb. Not the fact they impeached him. If that's what the majority wanted to do, fine. But how they did the process. That's the point I'm trying to get at.
All right.
You got to flush the toilet to get it to go down. You can't plunge it down.
Yeah, normally.
If the toilet's working, right?
If it's working, you don't normally plunge it down, wasting time.
Right. You got to flush it. It goes down smoothly, right? Because everything's working together.
You get poop on your hands.
Right. Listen, folks. It's dumb. They have railroaded this process from the beginning. And I'm talking about the Democrats. They know they have.
Democrats?
The Democrats.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look,
did I say that? I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nice.
They did not allow the minority,
Right.
their day of hearings. They moved the impeachment hearing from the judicial to the intel, where Schiff could hide in the basement and do all their hearings of everything, to where they can handpick who they bring out. Which every one of them, most of them, only one person ever spoke to the president. He said quid pro quo. I can't even say that. Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
Nobody else could freaking say it either.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. I need some thoughts before I keep ranting. Because if not, this is going to become a one-sided David show.
Well, actually, we might start a new channel called The David Show.
No.
It'll be a show covering everything. It's
No.
David.
I already have a show. It's called David. I have David Allen Show. Go ahead.
Anyway, y'all, this is Black and White Politics. That's David.
I'm the white guy. Can't you tell?
Ranting
Lunatic
black
today.
guy, actually. He forgot what color he is. He's black. And I'm Blaine. I am a white guy. Can't you tell? And by the way, AOC...
The fact that he's not going to reshoot this tells a lot.
Yeah, and by the way, AOC... girl, I had to call off with you a few months ago, but AOC, it really, really would warm my heart, AOC, if you're not a privy or part of this nonsense.
Oh, she gonna vote for it. She gonna vote for it.
I know she is. She's
Right,
such a pretty libtard, though. She really is.
Look.
But she's retarded.
Look. I can't help it. There's some things we need to discuss about all this.
Go ahead, David.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, David. Lay it on.
First of all, Nancy Pelosi said they've been doing this shit, they've been waiting for this shit for 2 years. The phone call just happened 6 months ago.
Well, yeah, she's crazy, but I think more...
Explain that.
Well, okay.
Go ahead.
She's crazy.
They've been
trying to get him for 2 years.
Right.
But the phone call gave them...
First they tried to get him with emoluments.
Well,
You know what that is?
They tried to... Well, no, explain. Break it down.
Emoluments where he was profiting from being the president of the United States other than his payment. Like his financial interest that were already there long before he ran for president.
Well, see, when he became president, he turned his businesses over to his sons to run.
Right, the ones that not even a part of his inner circle.
Right, they turned it over to them to
yes,
run.
I know.
So, and as I remember, if I recall correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that that he chose to not get paid. Now,
He hasn't taken a paycheck.
The federal government has to pay him
$1
or something
$1.
Because it's the law. But other than that, he did what I think JFK allegedly did,
yes,
which is basically working for free.
Yeah.
So here you have a gazillionaire. Okay, there's no such thing as a gazillionaire, but a very wealthy guy whom is basically being paid $1 because it's the law. He has to be paid $1. And people are still coming after him. President Trump is not perfect. President Trump
is far from perfect. We've said this. He's a narcissist.
Yeah, he's a narcissist. He needs to keep his mouth shut
and stay off Twitter. He's not going to do that.
No, but one thing that crazy president's going to do, one thing about him, I should say, is he can't be bought. He'll buy you. He can't be bought. He has the money. He is money. I wouldn't be surprised if in 20 years there's a
bill with
his face on it. Right. But I'm sorry. But point is, despite what's going on, as crazy as he is, that president actually loves his country.
He does.
He really does love his country. Now, some things I don't agree with him on, he's done, as we've talked about before, like you said, but he really does love his country. So, why are these Democrats after him like this?
Because they lost.
Because they lost. Because they're sore losers.
Yes.
And there was that, we were talking on the phone the other day. I can't remember the guy's name. There was a libtard professor. I can't remember his name. One of those professors we talked about on the phone. Libtard professor. Somebody tell me who, I can't remember. He said, now I was listening, I was driving.
You talking about one of the 3 of the last hearings that they said?
I think it was, yeah. It
was judicial. They wasn't fact-finding witnesses. They were just there to try to convince folks that they were right. Mm-hmm. And every one of the fools had given money to the Democratic Party except one.
I think it was part of it, but like I was listening to.
And even he didn't vote for Trump.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was listening to
Tully.
There's Tully. Okay, maybe
Tully didn't vote for Trump,
but it was some guy anyway. And I was listening to Dennis Prager's program on the radio, driving up towards D.C., doing one of my other jobs away from Tour Bus World, and the guy, straight up liberal, professor of some kind, like constitutional law kind of guy, was saying that as much as he doesn't like President Trump, that it's a huge mistake for the Democrats to bring the bar for impeaching someone down so low that in the future they're essentially shooting themselves in the foot.
We're just doing La Bamba. Them folks are going to put it down on the floor.
I know, they're guaranteed.
They just stepped over.
They're guaranteed whoever the next Democrat president is,
they're going to catch hell.
They're going to catch hell, because now with this going on, all the Republicans have to do is come right back at him again and do the same thing that's being done to Trump right now.
Well, so they railroaded it through. They got it passed. They just passed it. That was what you were watching, was them passing it in the. They were getting it out of the committee, and it goes to the floor next week, and it will get debated on, and then they will go from there. I have kept up with this a lot, and the thing that amazes me is how people can look at something that's right there, whether it be black and white or not, and twist it any way you like.
For example, you're a black guy. I don't like guys.
Exactly.
Pretty plain and obvious to see that.
Right. But see, the thing is, these fools have took this beyond. I had never read the full phone call, but I did read the full phone call before making this video. And one of the things that it struck me that they tried to play out that, oh, he removed the ambassador because he didn't like. No, he removed the ambassador because Ivanovich, because Zelensky didn't like her. The president of Ukraine said that she wasn't no good. She had to go, and they brought her home. That's his country. That's who he has to deal with. She was still in league with the other guy. So that's some things that Democrats just beg to lift out during the hearing.
Yeah. And there's one more thing. There's one more component to this that I want to bring up for our minority brothers and sisters that are watching this program. If you go back to the history of both parties are not angels. But go back to, and this is important. This is important. But the Democrat Party especially remember, these guys are Dixiecrats. These guys are Dixiecrats. These guys are people that are wearing the white sheets on their heads, burning crosses.
No,
Yeah.
that was Republicans, wasn't it?
No.
Are you sure?
Majority of them were not Republicans. There might have been a few, but the
You
majority
know
of
the
them were not.
KKK was started with Republicans.
No, it was actually started by Dixiecrats, Democrats.
I believe it was started by a Democrat that come out of Tennessee, correct?
Sounds about right.
Not out of Alabama. Out of
Sounds
Tennessee.
about right.
Yes.
Surely not Alabama of all places.
No, not Alabama.
Surely not. But just something to think about. Yeah, the party's evolved, and there's people in there now of different races and minorities, whatever, and skin colors, whatever, and religions.
That's skin color.
But nonetheless, I know, right?
He's
But
35. His polling now in over 30% in the black community.
that's correct. Over 30. I think it's like 34% now, 35 in the black community.
Yeah.
And that's great because we have an awakening now in this country of minority voters who have traditionally voted Democrat, who are waking up and finally going, all these years of us voting Democrat, our grandparents, our great grandparents, our grandparents, our parents, and now the kids, and some of them, not a whole lot, just come to certain family reunions, and you'll see this, but some of them are waking up, and some of them are at least at the point where they're at least starting to question why these Democrat, and occasionally Republican too, but mostly Democrat. I know, but why they're doing X, Y, Z. And it's all about unfortunately keeping control, and not serving the public, no matter what race you are or religion.
But I guess when a president comes along, drops the unemployment rate to down near record lows.
I think the lowest in 50 years.
In lowest in 50 years. The stock market's screaming, predicted to go up another 8% next year. Unemployment rate and across the board is, even in more money flowing into, more opportunities flowing into the black communities and the other minorities. That, like they say, money changes things, folks.
It does. It changes things. I mean, like, for example, in my case.
And yes, you need money to live. It's the love of money that's the evil thing. It's not money itself. Even God wants 10%. So don't start that on people. Okay.
But it's like, even in my own case, I've had to do some serious financial, legal maneuvers in my personal life.
You didn't step and jab.
I had to do some stuff, but it's funny. It's funny now because of involvement that I have. I'm not going to call any names on this channel. I'm not going to do that. But it's funny. The people that have been giving me opportunities recently are people who are, for the most part, what you would call having conservative values. And one person in particular is definitely a conservative and a Republican.
Say it ain't
and
so.
It's true. And these people have given me some opportunities recently in order to better myself, financially speaking, which I'm grateful for, by the way.
That's how you got the box rolling.
Right, exactly. And it's like, when I look at those whom I know are Democrat, who some of them have given me some opportunity, I noticed that more times than not, people who are Republicans, or at least people who I would consider to be a conservative, not necessarily Republicans, have given me more opportunity and been more fair to me in how they treated me than those who are not, than those who are Democrat or lefty liberals, generally speaking.
How did we get way off on these topics?
Well, because I think it's what's going on here. It's all related. It's all together. It's all part of the whole big hodgepodge of how can the government destroy, not the government itself, but certain entities of the government destroy people like Donald J. Trump, as imperfect as he is, who are trying to lead the country in a better financial
Do you realize
direction.
Something I want to put out there? Do you realize that every one of the candidates on the Democratic ticket want to go back and add more taxes?
Yeah, I know. I know.
In this day and age of people having a better understanding of things, you know that none of that flies, right?
I know. I mean, if anybody of you guys watching this who are Democrat, and I'm sorry for being so long-winded, but if you guys watching this who are Democrat, honestly, do you honestly
think we got a Democratic Party?
There's probably a couple people who are Democrats watching, or at least people who are on the fence watching. Honestly, if you're a Democrat or on the fence, and you vote one of these Democrats in, I'm not saying Republicans will ever raise taxes. There might be a situation where it might be actually necessary.
Bush raised taxes.
Bush
as soon as
raised
he got
taxes.
in.
However, generally speaking, those who are conservatives or Republicans, or at least conservative leaning, don't want to raise taxes or do anything not to raise taxes, because raising taxes takes money out of people's pockets. Myself, David, people that own the businesses, it takes money out of their pockets, so those people don't have as much money to reinvest back into the businesses, and therefore you start seeing the jobs start to drop down and go away, or get outsourced overseas, because it's so bad with taxes and other fees and fines and things, which are the fees and fines, in my opinion, are different taxes. Really, is what they are. That they go overseas and employ other people. And don't get me wrong, I want them to work too, but this is America. We are Americans. The majority of us watching this. I want America to be first. I want America to be on the top.
I agree.
I want Americans living their American dream. I want
David
and I to be able to
David's not living in America.
Be able to, I'm getting there. But be able to, if we want to, go buy a nice little house with a white picket fence or whatever color he wants for his house, and not have to live with family, or not have to live in an apartment, or not have to do this and the other in order to survive. And it's people like these Democrats that, unfortunately, many black people
keep
putting it
reality
into.
checks.
They need a big reality check. Keep putting it into office, and then these libtards. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up in a minute. I promise.
He ain't gonna shut up.
Malcolm X. Go to YouTube. Look at what Malcolm X said about these white liberals, and you black people who are voting Democrat are still voting. Malcolm X said this stuff before I was born, back in the 60s, and how true it is today, here in damn near 2020, on this date of filming this, December 13th, Friday, December 13th, 2019. How true it is today, just as true as it was back when Malcolm X spoke about how liberals are screwing over minorities, especially the black man. Yet, some of you still vote for him.
I heard, was Martin Luther King a Republican?
As a matter of fact, people say that he was a Republican, but he kind of kept that kind of under wraps, because you know how that kind of looks to people. So, but yeah.
So anyway, well, you're long-winded.
Sorry, this is us.
And I don't even know if we're still on the same freaking topic.
It's all related. Whatever.
We went from plunging toilets to talking about Malcolm X.
I should have put a plunger in that I have at the house. That's the best
Look,
plunger ever.
So
It's really good.
I don't know where to go with this.
Bottom line, I think, is this. We've already told you guys before where this is going, especially David.
This is not going anywhere.
This is,
people.
well, I mean, yeah,
He's not leaving.
He's not leaving.
Because Lindsey Graham has done said that no matter what, that, you know, he's going to try to finish it in a week. And they pretty much already know what's coming over to them. And it's just going to get booted out.
Yeah.
But it's still got to pass the full floor vote. And there's a lot of people on the fence in that.
Yeah.
You know, they will get it passed. I'm just going to go ahead and say they'll get it passed. But boy, 2020 election going to be hell.
It's going to be hell. And our next the next video should be about in a few days.
What?
Well, you know about the Second Amendment sanctuary counties here in Virginia.
Oh yeah, we'll get that later.
Oh yeah.
All right, this is Black and White Politics. I'm David. I'm the black guy.
And I'm Blaine. I'm the handsome white guy. Can't you tell?
Y'all have a great day. Stop it.